The Arab Network for NGOs is an Arab regional developmental non-profit organization that has been launched in 1997 during the first Arab Conference of NGOs held in Cairo, and upon a general recommendation of the conference participants, more than 1,500 participants. The Arab Gulf Program for Development, or AG Fund, headed by HRH Prince Talal bin Abdulaziz, has launched the initiative of the announcement of establishing the Arab Network, and its headquarters is located in Cairo. The official announcement of Arab Network has been made in Lebanon during 2002 with the participation of its members, organizations, and individuals aiming at adopting its stature and developmental role. In 2006, the legal framework of the Arab Network has been completed by signing a Memorandum of Understanding with the Egyptian Foreign Ministry, as its headquarters is located in Cairo. In December 2006, Kuwait has hosted the second Arab Conference of NGOs, which tackled the issues of establishing effective partnerships among various parties. Since its establishment, the Arab Network is targeting activating the civil society in various Arab countries. HRH Prince Talal bin Abdulaziz is the president of the Arab Network, and the members of its board of trustees are regularly elected. Since 1997, the Arab Network has adopted 3 topics mainly geared towards enhancing capacity building. The first topic addresses providing training for volunteers and workers in NGOs, and within this context, the Arab Network has trained a number of 6,000 trainers of workers and volunteers in the Arab civil sector. The training courses have witnessed a distinguished qualitative change with the enormous development of information technology and information systems. In 2014, the Arab Network has adopted a program of e-learning and e-training, with the duration of each of its courses being 3 months. This program aims at sustaining the flow of knowledge to workers and activists of the civil sector, in addition to developing their skills. A number of 200 trainees have graduated from the first 2 courses of this program, representing 14 Arab countries. The second area of interest focuses on research, studies, and reports. The Arab Network has issued a number of 48 scientific works till now, and thus establishing the most important Arab library specialized in civil society studies that is considered to be a vital tool for researchers, experts, and workers in civil society. This is in addition to the fact that the Arab Network has developed classified and revised databases on Arab NGOs. The third topic of the work of Arab Network is holding workshops, forums, and seminars in several Arab countries in order to open a wide dialogue on issues and challenges faced by Arab civil society. The project of developmental community groups, which has been implemented in 5 Arab countries, is considered to be one of the most important projects of the Arab Network, and it is funded by the Arab Fund for Economic and Social Development. In addition, the first phase of this project has been funded by the OPEC Fund for International Development. This project aims at activating developmental work in reality through coordination and networking among a group of grassroots organizations under the auspices of a main developmental support organization that has a long experience in developmental work, as well as facilitation skills, and each group does not exceed 7 developmental organizations. At the same time, the Arab Network will provide training for each developmental group, as well as supporting and advising, in order to promote the value of teamwork and managing each project in the best way. In Egypt, the Developmental Community Group has worked under the coordination of Coptic Evangelical Organization for Social Services, or CEOSS. The Association of Roya Islamiyya, located in the Khalifa district, has a distinguished role in implementing the project of this group that is aimed to empower women-headed households economically and provide care for their children during their work times. This is in addition to combating child labor in dangerous forms of work and school dropouts, as well as raising awareness of those children regarding their rights.
بشتغل في شغلة الرخام من سن 10 سنين، وحاليا دلوقتي بشتغل في مصنع ملابس. احنا هنا بندرس حاجة اسمها حقوق الطفل. قال لي ازاي تطالب بحقوقك، انت ليك حقوق مش عارف تاخدها، بنعلمك ازاي وانت تعرف تاخدها وتقول لي مين.
الجمعية اتأسست سنة 94، هو في قلب منطقة الخليفة، معظم سكانها من الفقراء جدا، المعدومي التعليم ومعدومي الدخل. مشروع اللي اشتغلناه مع الشبكة العربية ده كان ليه مرحلتين، فعلا المرحلة الأولى اشتغلناها قبل الثورة وكان ليه أنشطة، المرحلة الثانية فعلا كانت بعد الثورة. عايزة أقول لحضرتك إن من أكتر المناطق اللي تعرضت لانتهاك أمني المناطق الشعبية المسيحية. المرحلة الأولى كان الأنشطة بتاعتها زيادة دخل الأسر ديت علشان يرجعوا أولادهم للتعليم. سحبنا أطفال كتير قوي من المهن زي أعمال الرخام، أعمال الميكانيكا، المحاجر، في البنات اللي هي عاملات المنازل. عملنا لهم تدريب هنا في الجمعية، جبنا مدربة علمتهم يعملوا الإكسسوار إزاي، اللي هو زي المعروض دوت، لأنه كان من الأنشطة عايزة رأس مال قليل وتسويقها سهل. المرحلة الثانية كانت مستهدفين عدوا حوالي 500 أسرهم وما زالوا بيزيدوا.
دخلت مع الأسرة في مشروع الفرن المخبوزات، نصنع الجريفو، كحك، البانيه، بسكويت، عملنا كسكسي، عملنا قدوسية. فكانوا بتوع المنطقة عندنا بيطلبوا، كنا بنبيع للموظفين في الشؤون وفي الجمعيات والمستشفيات والحاجات دي.
أنا حضرتك أنا كنت بتدرب معاهم، دلوقتي بعرف أعمل كل حاجة لوحدي عشان أنا ابني معاق وأنا معاقة، فالمشروع ده فادني جدا جدا جدا.
أهلا بكم في الحفل الختامي لمشروع المجموعات التنموية نهضة عمالة الأطفال.
عايزة أحيي مجموعة الأطفال اللي موجودين معانا وكل اللي اشتغلوا من المجموعة التنموية في مصر.
وأنا زي ما قلت بأكد لك، الطفل له حق التعليم. خلصت العربية يا بلية؟
أستاذنا كداب الزفة، اتفضل كرسي على القهوة.
ينفع يا معلم حلبسة؟ كل لما ارجع له يقول لسه.
انا يعني مشغلكوا هو انت جاي تخسرني زبون لقطة، بتعطل استاذنا الفاضل ويوماتي بتغلط 100 غلطة.
محتاجين لكل واحد وواحدة فينا ان احنا فعلا نحط عينينا على اطفالنا اللي حقوقها بتضيع.
نفسنا تتحقق احلامنا ونحب الحلم ونشتاق له، كم واحد فينا بيتمنى لو كان الحلم اتحقق له. نفسنا حقنا نحلم كلنا والحلم كمان يتحقق لنا، لو كان حقنا مش من حقنا هيضيع عمرنا سنة بعدها سنة.
In the context of implementing the project of developmental community groups in Egypt, permanent work opportunities have been provided for poor women-headed households through establishing, producing, and selling bread and baked goods. Moreover, other women have been trained on works of sewing and embroidery, and their products have been distributed in private commercial shops in the El Saida Zanib district. The Arab Network has been keen to hold a number of exhibitions of the products of Egypt's developmental community group in parallel with its events and seminars. Moreover, coordination had been made with some clubs and other associations to host seasonal exhibitions for selling the products of the Egyptian developmental community group. In Sudan, namely in the state of North Kordofan, the Association of Hawa, in collaboration with a number of women NGOs, have initiated a developmental project aiming at empowering women-headed households economically and socially. The selection of this area stems from the high percent of women-headed households as a result of the wide immigration process from the surrounding struggling areas. The developmental community project in Sudan has depended on the provision of microcredits for women, in addition to delivering the simple tools and instruments of production that are necessary for initiating micro-projects in order to provide them with income. Goat rearing and industry of cheese and ice cream were among the important fields of activity due to their ease of marketing. This is in addition to some simple and various commercial activities that have achieved a reasonable profit.
نشكر الشبكة العربية اللي ادتنا في الغنم.
الشبكة العربية اللي ادتنا الغنم بردها.
The Association of Hawa has also collaborated with the partner associations in directing attention to raising health awareness of the beneficiaries' women. The provision of microcredits for women-headed households is preceded by their training and rehabilitation on establishing and managing micro-projects. The Ministry of Welfare and Social Affairs in the state has played an important role in providing a database on poor women, as well as following up the process of recycling the credits that has led to increasing the number of beneficiary women. This number has exceeded 275 women till now. In addition, the process of recycling credits and increasing the number of beneficiaries is still ongoing. In Lebanon, the Developmental Community Group, where the Social Welfare Institutions has been its coordinator, has adopted a number of projects aiming at empowering poor families, focusing on women and girls, through providing them with vocational training in order to enable them to find job opportunities. The first vocational training has been conducted in Shaba, South Lebanon, where the trainees have been trained on sewing and embroidery.
ساعد زوجي وولادي بوفر أول شغلة ماديات على حالي، يعني إذا بدي أقصر بنطلون أو بدي خيط هو كلهم توفير لإلي، وبنفس الوقت إذا بدي أشتغل وأنطلق كمان عطتني الكثير.
تعلمنا تفصيل تنورة بنطلون جميعه.
أعطتنا الثقة بالنفس وأعطتنا كلها خبرة واستفادة، بحيث إنه تعلمنا صناعة الخياطة.
علمتنا الصبر، أهم شيء إنه الواحد يقعد يخيط بالإبرة بنطلون أو قميص أو عباية، وعلمتنا التعاون بين بعضنا، اكتسبنا أشياء كتير.
وهالخوف اللي فينا طلع وبنتمنى على كل بنت وكل مرة موجودة بشبعة وحابة تعمل شيء لها ولذاتها ولأولادها ولجوزها ما تتراجع أبدا وما تخاف أبدا. بنشكر كل القيمين كانت على هالدورة، دار الأيتام الإسلامية، الشبكة العربية وجمعية أهدى.
Also in Akkar region, beneficiaries have been trained on the profession of women beauty and some handicraft industries. Moreover, the developmental community group in Lebanon has been keen on holding workshops to eradicate the illiteracy of the project's beneficiaries. In Beirut, on the 29th and 30th of May 2012, Arab Network has been keen to hold a workshop to discuss the outcomes of the phases of the project of developmental community groups and to exchange experience among various developmental groups. This workshop was attended by the representatives of developmental groups from various Arab countries, in addition to some categories of the project's beneficiaries. The workshop concluded with the emphasis of Arab developmental groups on the importance of teamwork, as well as promoting the sustainability of the projects which are undertaken by grassroots organizations under the auspices and coordination of a main developmental support organization.
صار عندي شخصية جديدة والثقة بنفسي. تعلمت خبرة كثير وبشكر كل واحد ساهم بهذا العمل وبتمنى كل الناس ينتهجوا هاي
In Morocco, in collaboration with Al Zahra Forum for Women, a new field has been approached that is characterized by courage and boldness, as the project is aimed at providing training, vocational rehabilitation, and appropriate job opportunities for women vulnerable to exploitation, and sometimes they are targeted in the operations of human trafficking. In the context of the project, women have been trained on several handicrafts, including cookies and baked goods, and its marketing, in addition to women beauty and hairdressing.
الحلقة هذه 3 سنين دابا كتجربة وجاتني يعني مزيانة ولي بديت معاها يعني نصحتني ناخذ الدبلوم ديالي وجيت لقيت جمعية الرسالة.
أنا في هذا المركز هذا السنة الفايتة العام الثاني كنتعلم الحلاقة وناوية إن شاء الله نحل الصالون في الدار ديالنا أنا والأخت ديالي هنايا. ودابا بديت كنجهز الصالون باش الصيف ديالي ان شاء الله كنقدر نفتح ان شاء الله.
In Morocco, Arab Network has held a number of training workshops for developmental community groups. The first workshop tackled the field of financial management, being the main weakness as stated by the partner organizations of the group. Then, workshops have addressed strategic planning, and finally at the end of the project, the focus of the group has directed to training based on participatory evaluation approaches in order to evaluate the project in Morocco. In Yemen, Arab Network has collaborated with Yemeni Development Network and the partner developmental organizations in implementing the project of Decent Life Road that targeted the poorest households living in marginalized areas in the outskirts of the Yemeni capital, Sana'a. Heads of households have been trained on small industries appropriate with their domestic environment, as well as granting them microcredits to establish micro-projects to gain income, such as incense and perfume industry, women beauty, sewing and embroidery, simple industrial handicrafts. Arab Network has trained volunteers and workers of the partner developmental organizations in the developmental group on the issue of financial management and transparency, as the group pointed out the fact that its members need to be trained on it. The provision of microcredits for targeted households has been preceded by providing them with training by specialized experts on the industrial handicrafts that their projects will be based on. A number of 59 households have benefited from vocational training and microcredits. The project of Decent Life Road has been implemented in 2 phases. The first phase included holding meetings to evaluate the outcomes of this phase, in addition to interviewing the target groups and discussing the challenges they faced, which focused mostly on the difficulty of marketing their products. Throughout the second phase of the project, a center for marketing the product of this project has been established, in addition to increasing the amounts of credits for some households according to the nature of their project.
بتشاور على بكرة، عايزين أيامنا تكون أجمل وأيام الشقا تصبح ذكرى. نفسنا تتحقق أحلامنا ونحب الحلم ونشتاق له، كم واحد فينا بيتمنى لو كان الحلم اتحقق له. نفسنا حقنا نحلم كلنا والحلم كمان يتحقق لنا، لو كان حقنا مش من حقنا هيضيع عمرنا سنة بعدها سنة. يا قلوب بتحب المستقبل، يا دين بتشاور على بكرة، عايزين أيامنا تكون أجمل وأيام الشقا تصبح ذكرى. نفسنا تتحقق أحلامنا ونحب الحلم